Oh, hey, I didn't see this. Here's how to start playing what I think is the best VR game currently out. So first off, when you spawn in, it'll be about here. Sorry for my stuttering. There will be a page right here that has 3 elements. Fire, ice, and air. You can choose any of these 3. They're all pretty good, but in my opinion, air, I chose ice, but air would have been my choice if I could choose again. So, once you choose out of those, it'll be the only power you have. Say you chose air. What you want to do is grab one of the bubbles. Actually, let me turn my UI on this thing so you can see. So you'll grab the bubble, take it out, and just let it go. Do that with your ears, then throw. Yours won't be that fast or look like that when you start off. But you can also find these cardboard boxes around, which can have rings inside. It's actually not a horrible ring. And over here, you can find their Discord, and I don't know what all this is. I think that's their Discord. So, and this is where you can buy spells. So say you chose air, but you also wanted fire. Bang, just buy fire. You do that by taking it and putting it on your phone and a tadpole. You need money for that. Probably wondering, how do I get money? So the best way probably to get money, in my opinion, is from fighting guys. Well, your next question is probably where do I fight guys? So I have a great where they can pierce through enemies and get like 2 or 3 of them. Say if you chose ice, that's the super ice. So you chose ice. And you're like, well, what those other ones seem real cool. So yours will not be that shape and they will not travel that fast. But they can still hit your enemies. And are good against the bulls, which in my opinion are the worst enemies to fight. So while I'm talking about the ones they're good against, think of this. Air is good against these guys. Fire is good against the zombie guys. And goblins. Fire is probably the one that has the most advantages. The least advantages is that you're ice or wind. But they still are good. Fire is good against these guys. Well, these guys summon. But also killing things can give you rings, which make your abilities better. 3 rings out of 2 rings, my bad. But if you can't currently do this, well, you can't currently do this. So there's second versions of all the powers. There's also but I haven't. So the second one for air is this blow tornado thing. It's so cool. You can blow away enemies, like literally. Oh, it doesn't work on them? It's goofy. Oh, it's running out of mana. This it shows how much power you have to use your magic. Now that I'm up here, I'm gonna just blow this guy and then swap to my fireball. And then swap to what I call the Kamehameha beam, because I don't know what it's actually called. But this is the better ice. And you And all of these powers. I was thinking, what do you mean by perks? Do they like better? What do they do? What do they actually do? Some games like it a little bit. If you come over to this, the spell betterment. Say the circle around my air thing was all blue. I would come over to this spell betterment thing, drop it, put my hand on here, and I could get a better thing. After 3 levels, you can get this piercing needle one, which is what makes it so you can go through enemies to go to other ones. That's like that is just to like tell them apart. And also you level them up in that same spot, which makes them do more damage, cost less mana. It makes, if especially for these, it makes it faster. But like, see here, I could get that. It's kind of hard. These guys in raccoons are the only things that can work against ice. To my knowledge. I might be wrong, but those crows and raccoons are the only thing. And that's why they're so you're probably like, well, how do people get such high levels? Like, it's crazy. How do they grind this game that much? There's other ways to level up that are way better. You see these 3 signs? They're kinda. This is the easiest, like, raid. This is the second easiest raid. This is the hardest raid. On the second day of it being out. First, we'll go to the Clanny Cemetery. Walking over here, you will see some zombies. Warning. And soon there's going to be some businessmen up here. Yep. Then here we have some raccoons. Over there we have some guys. Up here we have some guys. It's pretty simple, just run through. And then you see that, the sword and the stone with a little arch. Come over here. And then put that down. Step on there. Kill all the guys. And make it to the end. I can't go in there because there's no camera there. And I don't want to give you guys like a bad video. Because I'm also like trying to make good content again. But every ring I find, I almost always pick them all up. This is my ring storage. Second day of the game being out. Yeah. But also, the only reason this game's a lot different from most games like this, you can move with your joystick and jump with your hands, but also with the roller side movement. So obviously it leads to some kind of funny things. You know, like when you jump and you try to run midair, you can do that now. You can moonwalk. It's pretty I've done multiple times in this game in private lobbies. It's not a great game to play with friends as the best way to level up. I didn't even know you could play with people until earlier today. Public lobbies usually people are like, hey, you want to come to this? And then half of the lobby loads tries to get into the same one. It doesn't work. So now I'm showing you the way to the molten mines. These are probably my favorite ones to play because it just is the best. I don't know. I just like the most. There's a lot of birds over here, but you know, obviously it's just the sword thing again. Oh yeah, so the only reason that they're different, even though you could choose the difficulty, is because all of them have a different lowest. That one's like barely above the other one, you know? And then, say I came we could run over by this. I don't know what to call this. These are the pipes. Hi there, Mr. Guys. Let me just run over here. The Village of Value. This one was hard for me to solo. Each of the bosses do have weaknesses. And so for the first boss, it's weak to air. And then the other two are both weak to rock, which is stupid. Why do y'all like rock so much? It's the worst one. Sorry to my rock lovers. And my sorry. So, bang. This is the Village of Value. And then basically, it's a pretty big map. So, like, you can just, like, oh yeah, also by using the joystick movement on the ball, so I'm just walking forward with my joystick. But you also can't do that. There's no up here you can step on. So there's invisible collisions. So those guys are called creepers because they make it so you have higher mana. Some make it so you regenerate mana faster. This entire game is just really fun. And I don't get why they had to change the name from Magitech to Wizherd. But yeah, there's, oh crap. But there's a 10-minute tutorial on how to play Wizherd VR. Subscribe, and I hope that this helps. We are up to level 10.